work on the sleigh tonight. But the parts didn't come in, so I figured I would show you around my studio. So here we go. I'll start with my on-air light. Nothing fancy. I just put that on so that, not so much that when the wife's here, but when the grandkids are here and stuff, I close the door, put that on, and they leave me alone. Let's go into the studio. So let's scan around the studio a little bit. See if I can do this and not make you seasick, but this is basically my studio. Yeah, I've got the air conditioner hooked up, but there's all my suits and shirts and Mrs. Claus's stuff all in bags, and that's how we do it. And then we come back around here, and this is where my video magic takes place. I have what do they call the Apple iPad? I have the iPad and 2 screens hooked up to it. And let's see if I can get them to sign everything to sign on. There's one screen, there's the other screen. And that's how that works. Then around here, I have 2 screens. The way they work, let's see if I can do this. So I'm going to light all this stuff off. See if I can get it to work. And there we go. I've got this set up, and I'll show you. I'll hook up a Zoom meeting here. And what I can do is I like to pull these up. Let's go to settings, and I can put this setting over here on this screen, and then that way I know it's okay. Or I could put this over here on this screen if, say, I wanted to do Facebook on this page, and that's how I do it. Now I'll show you some of the props I use. That's called a MacBook. I know I couldn't remember what it was called. And then these are just 2 24-inch screens. Very inexpensive, that I got from Amazon. And the reason I did that is I started looking at used ones online, and it was just as cheap to buy new. And that way I had some kind of warranty and I could know what I could do. Some of the other props I used, this was bought off of Etsy. I bought the cup was one vendor and the top was another vendor, and so that's how I use that. I also have glasses that I put on. I don't really care for them, but they show up good. These are Spangle the Clown sells these on Stuff for Santa. Oh, the Elgato Stream Deck, love it. I don't know how to use OBS yet, so I don't really use it to its full potential. A couple gingerbread cookies for when I'm doing Zoom meetings. I can show the kids that I'm eating a cookie or drinking hot cocoa. And here's another one. And they're not real. They're just ornaments that Mrs. Claus picked up for me to use. And then I have my generic naughty or nice list. And I have a tendency to show it, but not too good because the names aren't interchangeable. I have another one I got from another vendor that downstairs, and it's all written in Elfish. So that's how that goes. I have a timer here that I use for Zoom calls, Zoom meetings, virtual meetings. And then that's the stand that I use for my iPhone when I'm charging it and using it as a fourth eye. That's my printer. It's a Canon all-in-one ink think tank, or whatever they call it, ink tank. Pretty reasonable, pretty cheap to run, pretty handy to use. And then I just use regular stock paper. Oh, and then there's my, let me turn the light off. Here's my poster from Worldwide Santa Claus Network, Santa Ed. I use that. And that was the backdrop I first started using, but it's just too small for anything. Oh, and then let's zoom in over here. Let's go one more. That's my Santa that sits out on the front porch. And I don't know, I think he's kind of scary if you know the truth. Okay, one thing I failed to show you when I was showing you all my little goodies for my studio is my newer teleprompter. And that's this right here. And you look, I set my phone right here, and it reflects up on here. And with the program and app on my phone, it reverses the type so I can read it as regular. So while I'm looking at that, I'm actually looking right at the camera. And it's not like I'm looking down like I am here. I'm looking at the camera talking to whoever I'm talking to.
So this is a PSA I shot on the studio you just watched. Hope you like it.
Calling all caring hearts, join us in supporting a special event, Shop with a Cop with Santa Claus, dedicated to children facing hardships like broken homes, violence, homelessness, or just needing a listening ear or a shoulder to lean on. Let's come together to spread love and kindness, showing these children they're not alone. And while we're at it, let's extend a heartfelt thank you to our local law enforcement and supporting entities for their dedication and support. Together, we can make a real difference in the lives of these children and their families, and express our gratitude to those who protect and serve our community. God bless you and yours. Thank you.